Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayshawn. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. You already know your girl is back with another video because I got my handy dandy phone right here. You know that it is an Askkay. Quick disclaimer about the Asskays. I know I stated previously before that I don't proofread these story times. When I read them on camera with you guys, that's the first time. But I really just decided that that is a disservice because a lot of these story times don't make sense. The grammar is kind of like horrible. There's no really like entertaining or plot twist to the story time. So I just felt like that's a disservice to you guys. So I decided to start like scanning, proofreading the story times before I get on camera because I just feel like it works better for me and you guys, so that way you still can get an entertaining story time. So I do get a lot of DMs asking me like, can you read my Askkay? Can you do that? I'm just gonna be extremely honest with you guys. I hope you don't take it wrong. I'm not trying to be mean. I love you guys. But if you have submitted a story time and the grammar is fucked up, is not long enough, or the story is just not entertaining, like I'm getting story times about how somebody neighbor bought a dog. The dog ain't had nothing to do with the other person or nothing. He just bought a dog. Like what? Story times about how you find out the neighbor down the street was your principal. But it's no plot twist. It's not entertaining. It's nothing juicy. Y'all wouldn't like if I come on here and I tell y'all a story about how I walked to the store and bought a bag of hot chips and hot pickles. So I'm just not going to get out here and just tell anything anymore. Like I'm not going to do that with my Asskays. So unfortunately, if you feel like you submitted one and you're looking for the Askkay, one, either I still just have not gotten to it. Two, your grammar is messed up and I'm tired of trying to like read through that stuff or sounding slow. Three, it's just not juicy. It's no plot twist. It's nothing entertaining, anything like that. People do still submit advice, so I'm not expecting those to be extremely long. But my thing is, at least if the story time is not going to be super long, at least let it be interesting. So I'm just not going to read anything anymore. I'm so sorry, y'all. I love y'all for submitting it. But if y'all not going to love me enough to take the time out to make sure your grammar is right, the story is long enough, and that it's juicy, my hands are tied at this point. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not going to keep doing my subscribers and my K-stars like that. I'm not. So I know I pre-record a lot of my videos. So if you see the same outfit, it don't matter. As long as you got a video up every day, don't worry about the same outfit. Okay? But y'all know the drill. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's hop right into the video. Let's go. All right, y'all. So boom. I already got the Askkay pulled up. This is titled, Are the Red Flags Six Flags? Let's find out. It says, hey Kay, I watch your story times all the time. Anyways, let's start this story because I kind of need some advice, but I know I'm being stupid as hell. As many times as I let this shit slide, you might as well play the Looney Tunes theme song for me. You know what? Every time you hear me let this clown ass nigga slide, play that song, girl. Girl, okay, we'll see when I edit. I'll see what I can do for you. Okay, well, y'all don't know, because they be trying to copyright certain stuff, girl. I'm going to see what I can do for you. I ain't got time to get no copyright issues. Okay, so boom. I met this guy. We'll call him Alfredo, because when I met this nigga, he worked at Olive Garden. Off of Tinder, probably around November, right before Thanksgiving. He seemed chilled and had just moved down to my city from Miami. He ain't even from Miami, girl. He went on vacation there and then decided to just stay. Okay. It was kind of the same situation when he moved to my town. He ended up moving in with one of his homeboys who was a traveling nurse. But he's irrelevant because he left to wherever and never came back. Okay, y'all just moving and leaving and dipping and okay. Anyways, we were on FaceTime and talking on the phone and text a lot, and he seemed like a chill guy. He didn't have any family up here, so on Thanksgiving, I even brought him some leftovers that my aunt had cooked for me. By that time that I saw him, we had never fully hung out. It was just I pull up and he would come outside, grab his food and give me a hug, and then he would leave. So finally, one night, he asked to come over, and I don't let people come over my house, especially since I have a kid. So I just don't want anyone around my kid, especially if it's not my man. Period, sis. But for some reason, I made an exception and allowed this man to come over. Of course, when my child was already asleep. Okay, girl. So he tells me to send my Addy, so I send the location. Then this man says, no, send me your exact address because I'm an Uber there. I was just like, wait a damn minute. But I let it slide because he didn't drive here. He flew from Miami. He comes over and you already know what went down, girl. It was good too then, but I want to hear about it, sis. I had to work the next morning, thankfully from home, so Alfredo got up early and Ubered home. Later that next night, me and Alfredo are talking, and so I kind of had a conversation with him like, hey, we had sex. Like, if this is something that you want to continue, I don't have sex with multiple people, so I would just only want us to be intimate with each other. And if you decide that you want to have sex with someone else, then just let me know out of respect, because there's too many STDs going around. Period, friend. Like, that's very mature of you to just, like, lay it all on the table. Hey, I want to continue having sex with you, but it will only be with you. If this is not something you want, cool, but let me know. He had told me he wasn't fucking anyone at the moment. He got irritated and told me he should have just stayed home and beat his you know what. So I stopped talking to him for a month because who the fuck you think I am? After he kept blowing me up for a month, begging to see me, I did give in and forgave him. And he eventually agreed to this. He agreed that night I just wasn't talking to him because what you said was disrespectful. But we did both initially agree that we weren't trying to be in a relationship. But why is he mad to me he should have just stayed at home and be his you know what? You mad because I'm setting boundaries, because I'm letting you know, hey, I don't want a partner that's sleeping with multiple people? You better grow up, sir. Fast forward, we are going on dates out to eat. At one point, I saw him every single day for 2 weeks. I'm taking him to work, the whole nine. So what did my dumb ass do? Okay, I caught feelings for this man. No, friend, you just said y'all agreed not to be in a relationship. But I let him know that my feelings were changing and that I am not really okay with our initial agreement. Maturity, girl, yeah, you so grown. How old is you, friend? Because you is grown. And this man tells me he feels the same way, that he's also catching feelings. Because if this was going to be an issue, this is where he should have told me and we can't continue or whatever. Because as you can imagine, my feelings got stronger. And the orgasm started adding up. Anyways, eventually we got to a point where we both telling each other that we love each other. I'm seeing him damn near every day, and he's even referring to me as his girl to his homeboys and coworkers. He would get jealous if he felt like I was talking to other guys. Girl, I'm using my food stamps to buy this man groceries. We even got each other Valentine's Day gift. But despite all of this, whenever I ask this man, what are we doing? He doesn't want to be in a relationship. And at first his excuse was that he was going to be here for a limited time and that he was moving back to Miami. So at first I kind of understood that. But then as time passes on, this man was trying to do the fire academy here where I live instead of in Miami. He was trying to get his license here. He also ended up getting an apartment here. And he was also looking into enrolling in college credits to get the correct certification to become a firefighter. It sounds like you're establishing residency to me. So once I notice these things, I bring it up to him again, and he tells me that he doesn't want us to rush into anything, but that he does actually have feelings. He isn't telling me, no, I don't want to be with you. Literally, our arguments were always about me wanting a relationship and him not being 100%. He ain't did shit to achieve his fire academy goal because he don't even want to get vaccinated. Instead, he running around getting drunk and etc. with his younger coworkers. Not to say that there's anything wrong with drinking with your coworkers and friends, but when your shit is not together, you should have different priorities. Mind you, Alfredo told me he was 26. I met him when I was 23, but now I'm 24. But then one day I found out this nigga was 29, about to be 30. Girl, I went through this wallet and saw his ID. There's nothing wrong with that, but I just didn't see the point of lying about simple shit. Girl, I just did a story time on this, okay? When I confronted him, all he could say was, I thought you already knew. How the fuck did you think I already knew when you were even lying about your high school graduation year? There's literally so much because this was over a 6-month period. For my birthday, he took me to Ruth Chris, and I had never been, and it was pretty nice. He gave me a card with $200 in it. Prior to my birthday, he did not want to give me any DICK because he was saying he wanted to wait until my birthday, and so I was just like, okay, cool. And I told him on my birthday, I'm not initiating anything at all. I need you to initiate everything because it's my day, and he agreed. But the morning of my birthday, we ended up having sex, but it was just a little morning quickie. So when we were out eating, after we were done eating, I wanted to go back home and get my back blown out. But he ends up telling me that he just wants to go home and relax for a little bit, but that he would come over later that night. Sure enough, he comes over that night, but girl, nothing went down. I feel like I got the JCs ready for nothing. I laid on top of him and kissed him in my little lingerie, and girl, if he wasn't breathing or blinking, I would have thought this man was in a casket because his hands were down by his side and he didn't even touch me. So I got up, put some pajama shorts on, and just went to sleep. And his excuse the next day was that he wasn't in the mood and that I shouldn't got him in the mood. Girl, after you already told him you wasn't trying to initiate nothing, the nerve. Like, no, sir. We already had this conversation 2 weeks ago, and I already told you that for my birthday, I shouldn't have to initiate much of anything. I didn't even get any birthday head or nothing. Fast forward to this month, I am getting ready to move into a bigger place. And a quick side note, I am currently working like 3 jobs. 2 are part-time and 1 is full-time. And I'm trying to finish my degree in psychology. Period. Shout out to my psych majors out there. That's me, homie. with the basics in addictional counseling, and I am a single mom, so I have a lot going on, and I usually am very busy, but I always make time for this man. As you can imagine, I get stressed out. I was having a nervous breakdown. I'm crying because so much is going on, and it's overwhelming. I decided to vent to him because I thought he was a safe place. Girl, do you know this nigga tells me to suck it up and stop complaining, and that I've been complaining about the same thing for months, which was a lie? The nerve for him to tell you to just suck it up. We are allowed to express ourselves. The last time I felt like this was at least 3 months ago. Even then, he gave me positive words of encouragement then. He then continues to tell me that he never saw his mom and dad complain and that I should be grateful because there are people doing way worse. I hate when people say that, y'all. I do not. I literally don't like when you are upset about a situation and people be like, it could be so much worse. Like, bro, I just told you that my dog died, and you sitting here telling me, well, at least both your dogs didn't die. Like, bitch, like, we all know it could have been way worse, but just because it could have been worse don't mean that it couldn't have been better. You get what I'm saying? Like, stop telling me, girl, listen, whoo, let's not get into it. I ended up telling him that going forward, I would no longer come to him if I'm feeling emotional down because obviously he doesn't know how to handle it. Girl, he continues to tell me that I need a therapist because I'm mentally sick. He then continues to try to belittle me by telling me that I need to take responsibility for my actions and starts bringing up my situations that are not even relevant to why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. A few months after he and I started talking, I was working 2 jobs. One was seasonal. And then I decided to just quit my job and try to focus on school. Mind you, my bills at the time were already paid up 4 months in advance. So if I wanted to quit, I could do that. But he was saying that I was complaining about not having money. I was never complaining about not having money, even though, yeah, I was running a little bit low on money for everyday things that I wanted to do. So at that point, I did get a job, but my bills were already paid. So I would have been good if I just sat at home every day. I simply just said, yeah, I'm gonna start back working to get my money back up. I don't know, okay, this man is mind fucking me, and my dumb ass let him because I thought I saw a potential in him, but now I'm not so sure. This man made me feel low as fuck when I just wanted him to comfort me. Anyways, thanks for reading my story. I know it's long, but girl, I'll insert a picture of me and this lame ass nigga. Girl, I'm not gonna lie. You and him is fine as fuck, okay? Like, I know that's your man, and he a lame ass nigga, but he kind of cute. So you know, I see where you going. But friend, like I said, you are cute. Ain't no way in hell you dealing with this. Okay. Now, it seems like for me personally, Alfredo wants the original agreement that y'all kind of set up where it's like, hey, we sleeping around. Yeah, I might like you a little bit, but I'm not looking for a relationship. Even though he almost 30 or he 30 years old, he should still know how to comfort you. Just not even on a relationship status, but like as a friend, he should be able to comfort you a little bit better instead of just telling you, oh, suck it up. It could be worse. Like, but you know, he's a guy and some guys don't know how to handle women's emotions. I don't know why, but we'll talk about that later. But I simply think you should just move on, friend. Like, you got so much to focus on. You seem like you got a good head on your shoulders. You're going to school. You're a single parent. You're beautiful as all get out. And I just think you need to find a man that's a little bit more on your level, meaning somebody who maybe is a little bit more family orientated, want to settle down, is okay with, you know, being in a relationship, because it seems like you are looking for a relationship and he kept it a buck with you in the beginning that he did not want a relationship. So I think you should have just really took note of that. And even though as time went on you started catching feelings, like you said, I wish he would have kept it real with you, that way you could have stopped it there. But he probably was catching feelings too. But I've been in situationships where I had feelings for somebody, but I did not want to be in a relationship. Like, I'm one of those people that if I say I'm not ready for a relationship, that don't mean like, hey, if we sleeping around, I don't have slight feelings for you. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I just think that you need to find somebody that's on your level, that's working, got their stuff together, and is okay with being in a relationship, because that's what you deserve, love. You don't deserve nobody that's going to be like, you know, playing with your heart a little bit, playing with your feelings. Even though, like I said, y'all did have an agreement in the beginning, but if y'all sat down like two adults and said, hey, I know we had an agreement, but I don't want that agreement no more, then he should have let you know right then and there, like, hey, I feel what you're saying, but I'm not looking for nothing serious right now. So if you don't want the agreement, we can no longer talk. You get what I'm saying? But I simply do think that you should move on, friend, because you deserve so much more, okay? All right, y'all, but that is the end of her story time. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Make sure you comment down below what you would have did in a situation like this. As always, let's continue to be respectful. Thumbs up this video, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Kayshawn with 3 E's. But y'all already know. Until next time, I'll see you in my next video. Peace.